Hello, Sylvia.
Hey.
Hey, you wanna hear a joke? You know what the opposite of woke is?
Choked.
No, so if it's
No.
woke instead of awake, then I'm slope instead of asleep. Get it?
Sort of.
Okay, it's complex.
Very difficult.
It's internet language. Anyway, you wanna do some quick countries?
Yeah. I would like to know how we're getting on.
I guess. All right, we're gonna do the capital cities quiz again, Sylvia, okay? And everyone at home get a pen and paper, and best score wins nothing, but try to beat Sylvia here. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You gotta welcome some people from Amsterdam.
Netherlands.
Well done. Berlin.
Berlin. Germany.
You're on fire. These are really difficult. Reykjavik.
Iceland.
And this is, I think it's Abu Dhabi.
What?
Capital city, Abu Dhabi.
What, the capital city of Abu Dhabi?
No, what country's capital city is Abu Dhabi?
Bahrain?
It's the United Arab Emirates. And to the United Arab Emirates, we say welcome in Arabic. Marhaban.
Marhaban.
Yeah. Vienna.
Austria.
Kiev.
Turkey.
Ukraine.
Oh.
So it's on the news every day.
Sorry.
So. Jesus. What about Dublin?
Ireland.
Ireland. Welcome. That's how you say welcome in Irish. It's just welcome.
Nice to see you, lovey.
I think you were just doing an Irish gypsy there. Fair.
It was a bit twangy. Twangy.
You know what the Irish like? They like the cranberries. So you go, my mother, my father,
Farsha. Oh, no.
my faja. That's Austin Powers. Or you can go, do you have to let it linger?
Yeah, but you sounded English. Linger.
Linger.
Linger. Linger. Do you have to?
Yeah, and those two songs I can butcher. I'm not gonna butcher Dreams. I'm not putting that out there. That's a top 10 song ever made. Actually, everyone turn this off and go listen to Dreams by Cranberries and pay particular attention to drums and how obviously the singing of Dolores. How do you say that in Irish?
Dolores.
Dolores. Yeah.
No, you don't go Dolores. Dolores.
Dolores. So
I thought.
obviously her singing is the point, but just listen to how the drums, they're just in the background. So awesome, almost unnoticeable until you really notice them. Dreams by Cranberries.
I think if you want to go Irish, you don't say that bit of the Linger song. You say, you know, you got me wrapped around your finger. Finger.
Well
Do
done.
you have to?
Yeah. We're gonna get so many copyright strikes for all of this, by the way. Don't
think it sounded close enough too, so you might be okay.
Yeah, no, no algorithm is gonna recognize my singing as any kind of music whatsoever.
It'd be like an internet bin somewhere where they're like, oh, it's another bad. It's so far off. Put it in that.
Oh, another thing that people should look up if you've never come across this. Very specific people on the internet know about this, but it is publicly available. There's this website that has collected all the rejected demos from the Nashville music industry from like the 90s or early 2000s. And there's one called I Am a Man. What does that mean? There's another one called Hot Summer Nights. I think Hot Summer Nights is the name of the compilation as well. If you Google like Hot Summer Nights rejected demos or something, you will find this page. I think my singing sounds like some of those.
Is it your songwriting as well?
Most of those people are probably more talented.
I think between us we could make quite a good bad country music song. Also, so Bewitched. That band. Do you know that?
No, that sounds like something nobody over 12 listened to.
Well, I was 12 when I listened, actually.
Yeah.
And they're Irish, and they're a pop band, and they're very good. Well, they were not very good, but, good at that time.
There's this little band that I discovered. I'm not sure if anyone's heard of them. They were pretty good.
Pink Floyd.
No, Irish guy. These guys are Irish, and the lead singer is called something like Homo or something like that. And then the guitarist is, I think his name is Wedge. Yeah, you know them. They're all right.
Where's it going?
They're called Me Too, I think.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. I have.
Yeah, and recently
it's taken me that long to realise.
And they had a big resurgence a couple of years ago. There was the whole Me Too movement. People were really into that band again for a while.
Took me too long.
You've now figured it out. Well done. All right, we have an email of the week. The reason we're recording is that this email needs to be rewarded because it was significantly more coherent than other commentary recently. We'll read out some nice ones, but this one was fantastic. What are we rewarding them with? We have a £5 Amazon voucher, or what
T-shirt
prototype
again.
merch do we have at the moment?
Sylvia lives.
This one took the voucher, so we still have the prototype merch, the tie-dye t-shirt. Sylvia is real. All right, we still have them. So £5 voucher or the t-shirt, and that goes this week to Matt. And Matt's profile picture is really professional. He looks like an FBI agent at like an annual gala for, he didn't win, but he was there for a friend who got like a medal for bravery. Anyway.
The +1.
Yeah, this is a different Matt than the Matthew we've read out before. All right, here goes. Hello, good sir. Sounds like I'm in trouble. In your master's debrief episode, your guest Sylvia had commented about your slow progress on the HR training she had recommended. I imagine your HR training to go kind of like Michael Scott's sensitivity training from The Office, where he's kissing Oscar to prove that he doesn't dislike gay people after calling him a homosexual slur. Tell us more about your HR training and the overlords that are requiring it. Well, first of all, the overlords, it's pretty clear. It's fucking Gary from the Cayman Islands. Good timing, Matt, because we're gonna have to share with you some instructions that Gary sent us as well, HR related.
I can't share with you exactly what Gary said because it's between HR and me, but we'd just like to tell everyone that, Daniel, we're quite concerned.
Yeah, I'm not at all surprised. And then Matt goes on here. Also from the same episode, Sylvia reading poetry is excellent. Loved that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then we almost had an email that didn't mention the fucking war. But here we go. Matt finishes with another great episode from Yoni. Can't wait to hear part 3 and also hear more about your own journey. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Matt. That's a really nice email. And send in which prize you would like for that. We have some honorary mentions here as well.
You can also get a Me Too cap and it says best band ever on the back.
Yeah. Always wears that beanie. So we have an Edge beanie with Me Too instead of You Too. Yeah. Oh, fucking HR won't like that. What? And here's one from Sarah. Just listen to the Potfest episode. Brilliant episode. Thank you for sharing all the wonderful work that ceramicists do. Sorry there wasn't much to jest with, though. You're right. Ceramicists and potters are incredibly lovely people, generous with their time and knowledge, and truly grounded.
Pottery pan.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Sarah. Anyway, so what HR updates do we have then? Sylvia, is there anything in particular that Gary said I should focus on? There was a quiz, an online training that was sent to me.
You haven't done that, so we're going to have to do it now because it's due later, so we have to do it on air. And I know you completed some of it, haven't you? But you haven't completed it all. So we'll need to finish this up in order to get you in line with the values of our overlords.
Basically Panda Productions and the other shell companies we've set up in the islands. All right, what questions were left on my quiz?
So you strongly disagree is 1. Strongly agree is 5.
Okay.
I take responsibility for my errors.
1.
You don't take responsibility for your errors.
Never, and I don't make any.
Oh dear, we got a lot of work to do, haven't we? I give credit to those who deserve it.
Fuck them. 1.
Don't do this with jest, Daniel.
Okay, I give credit to those who deserve it. 5.
Do you? Integrity is important to us as a company.
I just gave massive credit to the band U2 and the Me Too movement in the same sentence. Nobody has ever done that. So 5.
I challenge myself to do the right thing. Do you know what the right thing is, Danny?
Usually not. 3. I'm confused.
If I'd witnessed unethical behaviour, I'd consider reporting it. Would you recognise unethical behaviour, Danny?
Yeah, I would consider reporting it, but not sure I would recognize it. So we're gonna have to go with a 3.
I follow orders even if they're unethical.
No. Can I tell you a story about that? There's something, I won't mention where and what because we have so much content about that already and probably more coming. But hypothetically, there's this army that hypothetically I may have served in, and they have, from basic training onwards, they have these big discussions about trying to make you understand what is an illegal order which you should follow and then report, versus what is an unethical, illegal order,
Ooh.
which you are not only allowed to disobey, but you must disobey. So there are obviously easy cases, like somebody orders you to shoot unarmed people or something. But then there are other more difficult cases, like, for example, if you are told to evacuate a village of all its inhabitants. Now, that could be a perfectly legal order. That could even be to save their lives. That could be an illegal order, but not unethical in the sense that it's probably the wrong thing to do, but no one's getting hurt per se, so you should just report it later. Or it could be completely unethical, just pulling people out of their homes if there is no justification for it. See what I mean? So there are tough cases. Therefore, you're going to have to give me full points for that.
Okay,
because I've been trained to do this.
That in previous roles. Don't you think? Do you know though that a lot of journalists get killed in warfare, especially in Gaza? There's been a lot on that side of the fence.
Yeah, and some of them have said they're journalists and have been members of Hamas. Did you know that?
No, I'm sure that happens. But yeah, what do you know about that area?
Journalists die in wars all the time. Yeah. And it's very sad.
How easy is it to identify who's a journalist on that?
Well, in the Gaza Strip in particular, it's very hard to be a journalist. I mean, arguably, are there any? The ones who are allowed to operate there will be under the umbrella of the people in charge. And hard to say whether there's any independent journalism that can say whatever and investigate whatever. There are zero of those and haven't been for the last 20 years. So that would be the short answer.
I believe in treating others with fairness and honesty in all situations.
Not all of them. 3.
I sometimes pretend that I worked more hours than I did.
5. Creative overcharging of the client is like what law firms, consultancies, subcontractors have lived on since time immemorial, I think.
I'm open to feedback and constructive criticism about my behaviour and conduct.
5.
Score. You are generally ethical. 64 out of 100.
I mean, that is a bafflingly high score, actually.
You tend to follow a moral compass. Your answer indicates that you tend to follow a set of ethical values and personal values. You likely strive to act with integrity, honesty, fairness, and responsibility, which probably benefits your relationships, career, and well-being.
Okay, cool. Well, we've established that I am not a complete rotten tomato. So, Sylvia, public service announcement.
Don't stroke a cat the opposite way to their fur.
You could have cut half of that.
How would you say it?
Don't stroke a cat. That's also...
Don't stroke a cat's hair the wrong way.
Okay. That reminds me of a Finnish proverb. The dog bit his own dick. You know what that means?
Oh, God, no.
It's like when something comes back to bite you.
Yeah. Bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
That's just like a stripped back, crass version.
Yeah. My public service announcement is try to beat me and be more than 64% ethical in your life.
Oh, game on. I'll do mine.
Right. Sylvia, your score in the same quiz.
Well, I got highly ethical and I got more than you.
85 out of 100.
Yes.
Well done.
Kind regards.
All right, people, try to beat that in your lives. And most importantly, press the internet buttons. Tell a friend. Just one friend. Do me a favor. At least one of your friends will enjoy this podcast. So share with one friend. Grow it exponentially that way. And like, subscribe, review, and send more emails to talkingasspodcast@gmail.com. And tune in. We have a couple of really exciting episodes coming up. We have a interview with a trans gender wrestler. So that one contains some hot topics, right, Sylvia?
Why?
All right. See you next time.